Can you hear me?
I can hear you here. Let me double check the screen. Did you start? Oh, here it is. 20
Yep.
seconds. 20 seconds.
Perfect. Perfect. Make sure you guys can hear me. Stream ended.
The stream, and did you start a new one?
Let me refresh. Hold up. I did.
Yeah, I think it's working. Somebody said they can hear you.
All right. That's really weird. That's super weird. Okay, I can hear. I don't know if it's going through the same channel or not, but that's
It's about a 15-20 second delay.
And what's crazy is it's on. I got it set up where it should be ultra low latency, but we're gonna roll with it. That's weird. Okay, we're gonna go with a different. Go with a different theme then. We can go to different. Just keep it going. Audio's good. Everybody can hear me. I have no idea. YouTube. Sorry guys. I have no idea why it would do that. It must be working perfectly. Just out of nowhere, it's just like, nah, bro. We're just gonna take audio out. So, but what we'll do is we'll keep going. Make sure I get in here so everybody can see where things are.
So thank you for that tidbit of information too about the whole streaming situation.
Got to stream, yeah.
I just didn't even think because we've got that cam link, whatever, 4K.
Oh yeah, that's all you need.
And I didn't think because I'm thinking, okay, we have to start, put away for a Sling Studio, And I literally just when you said that to us, I was like, babe, we literally can go live stream for a client right now.
Yeah, you got what it takes right now.
Yeah. So thank you for that. I'm wondering, so the MacBook that she has an HDMI port.
Mm-hmm.
Can we just do HDMI straight from the camera to that and count it as a webcam, or do we still need the Elgato?
You still need the Elgato. The HDMI port is audio out, is video out.
That's right. Okay. Cool. Huh.
Yep. Let me make sure. This is why it's great. If you are on the text group, I can always reach out to you instantly if you are on the text group.
That's where we get notifications at, right?
Correct. So if you're not on the text group, just when weird stuff like this happens, let me make sure I post that on the screen so you can be a part of that. That it makes it a lot easier because sometimes you're going through YouTube, you're going through Facebook, you're at the mercy of their servers, what they're going through. So I want to make sure that if anything happened like this or anything changes, you can be notified instantly. So we'll make sure we get that going. But that's just you're at the mercy of whatever service provider you use. So make sure you guys that are watching this, that can hear me, make sure you are a member of the text group. It don't cost you nothing. I don't bug you. I control it. So, but if something happened like this, when you are a content creator and you're doing stuff like this, you're at the mercy of whatever service you're on. I can literally have a live and say a word that YouTube may say, oh, we don't like that word. Goodbye, channel, and then you're gone. So something to definitely keep in mind. As to reasons why I decided to move to text, which is a little expensive, but I think it's worth it when you're trying to have these conversations and you're at the mercy of your content creator or content provider. So sorry about that mix up, that switch up, that change up. I hope everybody's able to get in and be a part of the remaining part of this this live, because I want to kind of answer questions. I want to answer your questions and just things, just hurdles that you're having. I like the question that Josh has as far as just some of the things he was bumping into and just having unique ways of going after that, of unique ways of overcoming that, because everybody needs content more than ever right now. They just don't need the type of content they needed in 2019. And some don't know they need it. Can you imagine living in a world where you don't have a website right now? It's rough. And so you want to make sure that you are taking advantage of the situation, because honestly, as a content creator right now, you shouldn't be hurting. You shouldn't be hurting. If you focus on the business side, you should be good right now. You should be where you were, or going on a little bit of an incline right now. If you understand that, if you understand where the market is going. That's right. YouTube said that's enough throw punches for one video. We got to break that boy on up. So I posted the link in the chat room. You guys feel free to join, jump in. I can do up to 10, I think 8 or 10, and we're gonna bring on as many people as we can possibly bring on. So make sure you guys jump on in. What's going on, Chris? So, and like I said, the goal is to make sure that you understand the solution that you should be providing, or that you are aware that the goal is to provide a solution. Don't sell pictures, don't sell video, don't sell none of that. Sell a solution. People buy solutions. They make sense. They make sense logically and emotionally. That right now people are just afraid. They're scared, and they have a reason to be. It's legitimate. We're going through a legitimate worldwide situation. They need proof. They need they need to be comfortable with the idea that you're providing something that will help them, and they will spend the money. Because where I'm at, people shopping like crazy. Shopping didn't slow down. Not in my area. People still spending money like crazy. So what are some of the other problems, you guys? Any of you guys, if you're in the chat room, feel free to post. But what are some of the other problems that you guys may have ran into during this time?
Get it up, Stingray.
Hey, do you guys research like if you're going to talk with someone, like go to actually walk in and pretty much pitch to them, whether that's a beta client you're going to, or someone you want to just sign off to do some work? How do you guys do a lot of research first, or do you just go in there with like, hey, like Ty said earlier, that pitch, which I can't even remember, which is part of the problem why I can't get it, but what kind of research do you guys do beforehand?
Man, I try to see like how many followers they have, if they're even active on social media.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's just a good indicator right there. Like if they know the importance of being in front of their audience.
Yeah.
And then just their website, what kind of people they are. I'm not proud of it, but I do a little Facebook stalking.
Yeah, no, me too, man. Yeah, I try and see who the owner is, like maybe their name, and if I walk in there, hey, is Mark around? They're like, how do you know Mark? Talk to him on Facebook or something. But I think part of what holds me back sometimes, if I like, because my niche that I'm trying to go after, me and Ty talked for a while, but I'm focused on the service industry people. So what I found the most is that people that, construction groups and remodeling and landscapers, they're really good at their craft, just like how all we are, but they don't have the time, the knowledge, and the energy and the expertise to actually create video that, has value and gives them solutions they want. Right. So I think sometimes when I'm like passing by or something, I'm like, I refrain from going in and talking to them because I haven't, I'm just passing by. I haven't done that research. So right now, I'm kind of in the same boat as just trying to convince myself that I know that, video is useful and will get them solutions and results for problems they have. But, we talk to so many people that just shut us down so quick. And that's the hardest part, honestly. It's like before we can even tell them that it does provide value or even that it's for free, they're already shutting us down in their mind because they're working. They have work, so they're like, we don't need it.
You would have more success doing research on 5 people and approaching them with information than you would on just randomly jumping after 100 people.
Yeah.
You do real quick. I want to jump into Bay. One, I want to also say appreciate the super chat, bro. As a photographer who switched over to video, you have a Sony A7R4, soft boxes, a gimbal, and a drone. How do you start? You've already started in video. You got everything you need. If you want to do a live stream, you can go get a $50 live streaming card off Amazon and a laptop, and you're ready to go. you're ready to go. But you have everything you need. I ran my company off an A7R3 for years. I ran my company off two A6500s for years and did more video than anything. Frozen, this is not a go live, but we are inviting people on. So come on, get on down. The thing is, just like, yep, hold that up again, right? Let me give you some full screen love real quick. Hold that up. This is the Cam Link 4K. I'm actually using it right now, or I will show you. I'm not using my Sling Studio. I'm using this because this allows me to, I like that. This allows me to use Restream, which gives me all of these features that allow me to post your chats and stream into multiple places at once. The Cam Link is usually on sale for around $99. Sometimes it peaks around 120, 150. And it is a pretty dope device. Even if you have USB-C, you can get an adapter and use it as well if you're using a Mac. There you go, HDMI in that port, and then you got the USB 3 on that one. Boom, bang, pow, plug and play. Hold on, we got look at that. Oh, we got some stuff where we got some competition. We got plugging it up, and we also have, if you want to take it up to the big boy toy, hold that up one more time. We got the big boy toy. Tim got the big boy toy right there. The ATEM Mini, which allow you to connect multiple HDMI and switch. Is that the new one that allow you to stream live from it, or you also connect that to the?
No. This one is just
the switcher.
You just hook it up USB-C. I actually got this back whenever they first released it, so this is the original, but works perfectly fine.
So with that, you'll go from the switcher either into the computer, or you can run an HDMI out and go to the Cam Link to connect multiple computers. But to get started, all you need is a video capture card to get started, which can be had for fairly cheap, guys. You don't have to jump into it and go complete, 20 monitors, NFL level. You don't have to do that to get started on, like, especially if you're doing a lot of businesses have communication videos where CEOs want to talk and people want to talk about what they're doing in upcoming events. All you need is a capture card. It's really easy. So just to let you guys know, you don't have to, it's not $1 million investment. It's not even a $500 investment. It is a $50 investment, $150 for a better one. The Cam Link 4K supports 4K streaming. However, chill before you jump on thinking 4K is better. Everybody don't allow you to stream in 4K. YouTube is one of those companies that don't allow you to stream in 4K. Only Twitch. So Twitch lets you stream in 4K, and everywhere else is like 720 really would do. So you don't jump down the quality barrel thinking that you want to spend all this extra money to stream in higher quality. It's just not needed yet. So there you go. Saying the video is delayed and it's in slow motion. Let me know if anybody else having that problem. Try to I hate to sound like the guy to be like, read the refresh. Try to refresh it, because sometimes that's what it is. I don't know. I guess this is peak time for YouTube. For some reason, I don't think our gold videos, we don't usually have any problems. It's always the 1 o'clock where, I guess it's just a popular time where we just, I don't know. It's just weird. But I hope everybody can still hear us. But those are things don't cost that much. You'll never get top dollar for doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he do it. We guess we can work with him. We don't feel like looking for nobody else. He's here now. He's gonna knock it out. Somebody, you'll never get top dollar for doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think somebody. I can hear somebody. Somebody else. So it's just something to definitely, you got to be mindful of. I don't understand why this is not. Try this again. But it sucks that guys can't still aren't getting good audio. Somebody said I can hear now. Perfect. Okay, so we back. We have audio now.
Looks like it's working.
You know what just for the record, guys, you know what I changed? Absolutely nothing. I didn't change anything. We're getting phone calls and everything now. I didn't change anything. So I don't know. It's weird. It's super weird, but I'm just happy you guys are good. We were just talking about, for those who just got back with us, we were talking about just niches, why niches are important. You can live without one, but it's not good to live without one. Okay, we got audio now. We back up and running. Don't go change it. So, okay, we're back in this thing. All right. So, I kind of wanted to make sure that today, in today's era, going into 2021, a lot of people are making resolutions, and a lot of people are looking at what they want to change in their life, and a lot of people make a lot of changes in their life, and a lot of people are looking to say, okay, well, let's do this and do that. Right now is the time to take a step back and kind of digest the idea that you need to change your business for what's coming and what today's market is, and not have this idea of it'll come back. I just got to hold off. I'm gonna be real with you, all right? And I'm gonna throat punch to something that I know. My people, I love to death in Detroit. I love my people in the D, but a lot of people in the D have this "it's gonna come back" mentality. Cars are going to take off and Detroit is going to be what it was again. It's going to be, Detroit used to be it was the richest city in America at one time. Highest household income of any city ever, or any city during its time. And cars, Honda started making cars, Toyota started making, things started changing. The industry started changing. The city wasn't, it relied on one industry and it wasn't as successful. And the mentality there hasn't been for a long time. It's starting to be now, but for a long time, we're going to wait it out because it's just a dip. And we need to attract different businesses so that we can have more than just the auto industry. So you don't want to go into 2021 thinking I just got to hold out. People are going to be back getting family portraits in no time, or this is you want to go into 2021 building your brand for today, and not to hold off to go back to yesterday. And I used an analogy last week of you don't want to save your VCR tapes hoping that the DVD fad is going to go away. It's not going to happen. Right? We're not going back to CDs. Music is not going back to tangible media. For what? It's just not going to happen. I don't want to carry something in my pocket. I don't care how little it is. I don't want to carry a micro SD card in my pocket when I can just pull it up on my phone. So it's just not going back, period. So as we move ahead in business, there are some practices and some things that's just not going back to the way it was. And we need to prepare ourselves and build our business for today. Because if it go back, it's easy. We all got a VCR we can pull out. And if if somehow it does go back, we all got an old VCR that's worthless. So we can go to a store and buy one for $3 to play VCR tapes, VHS tapes. However, the goal is to prepare for today's world. And you got to stay like as a small business, big businesses have problems doing that. One of the benefits of being a small business is being nimble, having the ability to be flexible and change it up. Big businesses can't do that. They got to write all this whole, process. They got to create whole new systems. They got to create all this documentation and new culture for their business. They got to come from the top all the way down. We ain't got to do that. You can look at your wife or your partner and be like, hey, we're gonna live stream weddings now. Cool. Done. Big businesses can't do that. So that is your advantage for being a small business and in today's market. Stay nimble, stay light, prepare for what's in front of you, take what the defense gives you, and go out and win. So that's something I want to, because I got a lot of photographer friends that's like, as soon as it turn around, we're gonna get it right back to. I'm like, you're not gonna make it. We're gonna get right back into food photography. Is you should be talking to these clients about what they're doing to keep food safe. That's the solution you should provide. Use that food photography and mix it in ways to show their clients that they're safe while creating this great, delicious food that people love. Everybody got masks and gloves and stuff. So that's what you should be doing. And if you're not doing that, you may not make it until things get back to the point where we don't have to wear masks again. There's no telling when that's going to be. They're saying even with the vaccine, you should still rock a mask. So something to definitely think about. Any other questions or concerns when it comes to just surviving in 2020?
I got a question. I try to hold on. I don't want to make it all about me. But,
ask them.
Like how can you tell the difference between when your price is too high and when customers are too cheap? Right? I mean, because literally I'm not gonna lie, I was doing good this whole year all the way up until December. Right? I've been taking some L's, so it feels like an L. This customer wanted me to do 17 videos. She wants to do like a masterclass type thing locally, and each video will be an hour long. And I think I quoted her something that I thought was very reasonable, and she said it was way too expensive.
Ask her, is she making money off this course?
She is.
Okay, well, then that's cheap. Okay, two things, and to be fair to her, one, either she doesn't understand the potential of the course. She don't feel like there is no potential in the course. She feel like I'm not gonna make 50, 60, 100,000 off of it. Because if she thought that, she'd spend 20 to get it right. So sometimes value is in teaching people the potential of what they're trying to do. Right? Showing people what others are doing with their courses. That sometimes the value is there. Also, value could be in providing something that can help her understand how by doing this we can sell more courses. You know what I mean? If we shoot it all at one time, we can keep editing prices down, and we can, you know what I'm saying? Or you may want to throw in something like, we'll create a teaser trailer for you to add more value. Now, listen, you meet a lot of people that got these pipe dreams to do these great things, and they don't have the funds to do it. They don't understand. And it ain't. You can show them all the value in the world. Some people just won't spend $100,000 for a car. Period. If they got it or not, they just won't spend $100,000 for a car. However, there are people who understand the value of it, and it's nothing to them. It's not. Right. You just have to work with the right client. Mercedes is a great example of a business that builds itself on high-end luxury. You can't even sniff a Mercedes unless you're ready to let go some money. This is not a place you come to pinch pennies. Period. This is not a penny pinching business or penny pinching brand. We don't offer value and all that. Best bet, that's for Kia and whoever else that's offering value like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? We offer luxury. So sometimes if your brand is not built, a lot of people want to, they want to invest in their company like it's Kia, but want to charge Mercedes-Benz prices. It don't work like that. You can't have a $2 website and ask for, $20,000 videos. And I'm not even talking about gear. People think it's gear. That's what we mess up ourselves on. We think I got a $20,000 camera. I should be able to show up and charge all this money. It don't work like that. Because honestly, if you were to put 5,000 in your camera and 15,000 into your business, you know, shirt, logos, websites, maybe a van, yada yada yada, to show up and look like that, you would be way more valuable than if you were bummy with a red. If you were in some ripped jeans, a toe-up T-shirt, and you got a red helium or whatever, you got an Arri Alexa, like they don't care.
Right.
Look at is the appearance of your business. So that's one thing I kind of challenge you to make sure that part is legit, because when she's looking at the price, half of it could be the fact that she may feel like I can't sell enough courses to recoup that, and half of it may be I don't feel like you can provide me with a course that I can sell and make this amount of money off of.
Well, she got her. I did something for an app company, and she's friends with the CEO of the app company, and she's the one that referred me. So she knows what we can do. And you know, the price I sent to her was very similar to her friend who owns the app company. So you know,
that don't mean they ain't the same.
maybe. Right.
They don't mean they got the same pockets. That don't mean they value the same things. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if they were in, and this is why niche, I go back to niche being important, right? If they were in the same niche, it's easy to tell them that this is what your target audience looks like. This is what, you know, what it costs in your area. And then that person, you know, there's no, but she could say, well, he making $1 million. I ain't about to make all that off this. So I'm trying to pay this. That's why it's important to have niche, because without niche, you're going to run into people that's on different scales, and you're going to be trying to sell them what they just bought for this price. And it's a barber who don't got $5,000 to spend on a video. So now you got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to shift and adjust, and you don't want to be that way. I want to work with only people that got that understand that this is going to be 10,000 or above. And I don't have to adjust to, because the people, they're not going to think of, like, when you switch industries, they're not going to look at how much video you provided the last guy. They're going to just say, this is what I got to work with. This is how many videos I need.
Right.
They're not going to accommodate you. They're going to expect you to accommodate them. And that's why referrals aren't always good. Referrals aren't always good. Real quick, there's a question that popped up that says, for location streaming, I've been using T-Mobile hotspot with a couple of hiccups. I want to set up my connection game with the Live U Solo 1200. I'm looking at a dual SIM failover router instead. Okay, let me be really honest. This is back live. Yep. Let me be really honest when it comes to connection. I am big on BYOC. Bring your own connection, because I don't want to be responsible for it. I don't want to be responsible for your connection. Every business that wants to go live should have Wi-Fi. Every business that wants to go live should have Wi-Fi. You can't tell me you want to go live and you don't have Wi-Fi. I don't want to be responsible for AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon's coverage on the 15th floor of your building facing east. I don't want to be responsible for that. Not me. So in my contract, it stipulates that you have to provide me with the connection. Now, when I get there, I'll run a speed test. That speed test say we connected at 1.5 megs. I'm gonna let you know we got a 1.5 meg connection. You're gonna get 480 at best. Your connection. I usually ask clients to check their speed wherever they are before we do business. So that's just me. I you know, I don't want to be responsible for that connection, because you will never get it right until 5G gets to the point where it's everywhere. You won't get it right. You'll have problems. I don't want those problems. I don't want to be responsible for those problems. So, be careful of that. And I don't want to invest $2,000 into equipment and still have problems.
Real quick, Ty, man, big shout out. I've been getting a lot of compliments on I went and got the embroidered shorts from Queensboro.
Okay.
So I've been getting a lot of compliments on that. Definitely look the part.
You'd be surprised at who's taking you serious when you show up and you got your logo on your shirt. You'd be surprised how them checks increase because you got your logo on your little stuff like those are little things that I'm like, that's this gonna add 5%, this gonna add 5%, this gonna add 5%. Now you up 25%. You know what I'm saying? Like you little stuff like that people are comfortable cutting that check. The next step I tell people, go buy you a van and wrap it. Go buy you a van and wrap it. When you get your first $10,000 job, go buy you a van and get it wrapped. Go get you a used $5,000 whatever. I like Ford Transit Connects. You know, you may be a baller. You may want to do Sprinter. Maybe like Bay down in Puerto Rico with the baller status, on the beach. You know what I'm saying? You may be like a Sprinter. I want a Sprinter van for me. You know what I'm saying? Down there, with the models. Whole family full of models. Let me get that on the big screen. Look at this guy. He by the pool. Here we are freezing. By the pool. Palm trees, with the nice colors and everything. I'm coming out there. Watch. We're gonna have our next one-on-one gonna be in person.
You're a funny guy, man. You're a funny guy.
You want to get it. You want to be out there relaxing. You want to get the next step I tell people is to get a company van or get just some type of cargo van and wrap it. It just makes you look when you come in with it. I mean, think about it. If you got to spend money, would you rather have a guy that shows up in regular clothes and he just hands is just in his pocket? Would you rather have a guy in a uniform with a clipboard and you look outside and the car match the shirt, match the hat, match the invoice? You feel comfortable spending money with that. You don't even, even when you go to Chick-fil-A, you ever go to Chick-fil-A, if you're in an area where Chick-fil-A is and the line is long, right? The line will be wrapped around the corner. The people who are out there to take your order, they be Chick-fil-A'd up everywhere, right? Because if they didn't, even though they're standing right outside the building, you would be like, I don't know if I want to give you my credit card, bro. Like, I don't know if I want to swipe my card with you, bro. You ain't got on the Chick-fil-A hat or nothing. You just got on the red shirt. Like, I don't know. I'm scared. Standing in the parking lot. You know what I'm saying? One time a bum got me. I went to pay to park my car. And he was just out there like, yo, you parking there? It's $5. I'm like, bet. I come back to the attendant like, you didn't even pay. I'm like, I gave it to my man that was out there. He's like, he didn't work for us. I was like, oh. That's some stuff that gets you in the D when you get you in Detroit when you're young. He was out there collecting like it was 10 cars behind me. He was going like, you pull right there. Give me the $10. You pull right there. My man made $200-300 and was gone. Here we are with boots on our cars, wondering why we, you know what I'm saying? So you get robbed like that. You ain't doing it. That's a good little hustle. You want to go stand in the parking lot doing the event and just collect cash by the front. If the line way down the street, just walk down the line and be like, hey, and get you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't hear that from me though. But those are things that make people comfortable when they're doing business with you. Just brands, they want to see your brand. And a lot of people, those are little things that people skip over. They open barbecue spots on the corner. They just got T-shirts and those are little things that as a buyer, you understand. As a seller, people think that I can get away with it. I'm cool without it. I ain't worried about it. It's little stuff like that add up to, having a business where you can make the money you want to make and charge what you want to make. I guarantee you, if you make a lot of little changes, your jobs will get bigger and bigger, and you'll be like, dang, at first you're not going to know why, and then you're going to look at the little changes that you made. And then you can be on the beach like somebody, that's around here on the bottom, you can be looking at palm trees right now. You know what I'm saying? I ain't jealous, not at all,
Yo, don't hate the player, man. It's just a game. Don't hate the player.
That's the hood version to it. It's not personal, it's business. That's the hood translation. It's not personal, it's just business. I'll tell you, man. Enjoy it for me, man. Gosh. I'll be out there. But I want to make sure any other questions? Josh, if you got another question, go right ahead. Tim, if you got a question, Austin, go ahead, jump into it. If y'all got more questions, we get ready to wrap in a minute. But I want to make sure people are good,
So I got a quick question on that cam link. So what I just plugged that thing in and it's ready to go?
Yep. Your computer, what I like about CamLink is your computer recognizes as a webcam. And that's important compared to a lot of other video capture cards, because webcam you can use for a lot more applications. Like there's an app where if I wanted to, there's a Snapchat filter app, right? That's live, and I can do Snapchat filters. I could be smooth. I'm on here looking rough. I could be smooth skin if I wanted to, live, and you wouldn't even know.
But how's that different from Sony imaging? Was it Imaging Live or something like that? How's that different from what Sony uses?
Those apps are sort of similar. I think they just rolled out an update that allow you to use it as a webcam. Yep. The HDMI version lets you plug anything into it.
Okay.
So if you decide you want to get a cheap switcher and do multicam, you can plug it right into that HDMI port.
Yeah, the Blackmagic works the same way.
Yeah.
So you need 2 cam links then to be able to switch back and forth. Like if you have
switcher, you need a switcher that goes into the camera.
Okay.
Your video out from the switcher will go through the camera.
Oh, okay. And the cam link will be able to handle 2 cameras with the switcher.
Correct, because the switcher handles the 2 cameras. The switcher is only sending out 1 signal, and it's sending that out to the camera. Yep.
Okay.
So you're basically saying, like, if this was the switcher, right? All the cameras are feeding into this.
Make them big, Ty, so I can see that switcher, please.
Oh, what? No, it's just my phone. It's just my phone. So.
Oh, okay.
So you're saying basically, well, yeah. So like, look at Tim's. Tim's got the switcher.
Yep. So Tim,
basically,
you got all your 4 inputs. 1 through 4 is cameras that you can add, and then there's only 1 that's coming out. The HDMI coming out. The HDMI out is flipped, but that 1 out will go into the camera.
Cam link, okay.
And the switcher will determine what camera is shown, of course, because you're switching back and forth. The switcher will determine what camera is being shown through that output, but it'll allow you to connect more, and that way you're not unplugging it. Because really, the old way of doing it is unplugging it and plugging it. I'm gonna plug in camera 2, just kind of like the old phone, but a switcher allows you to just hit a button.
So,
and
you need long cables for that, then, right? Though, to go from camera to the switcher.
Yes, but what's great about Sling is it's wireless.
Okay. That's what I was getting ready to ask. So Sling is wireless.
That's the bonus of Sling is it's wireless. You just need the box.
Okay. And with the Blackmagic, you can hook it up through USB-C, and it'll read it as just as a webcam.
Perfect.
So that's how you do it. And then actually, I use the HDMI out, and we'll go to like an Atomos recorder to have a clean cut, so that you don't have any of the mess ups of any of the live. If there's any hiccups.
Yep.
Man, I just got this photography thing now. Now I got to switch lanes.
It'll be about the same.
Yeah, Ty, I had a quick question. Whether it's a beta or maybe you just sent a proposal, aside from putting kind of a expiration date on your proposal or on your offer, what's the best way to like light a fire under these people? Let them know that this is something obviously we want them to do it as quick as possible. But what is a way to make sure that they're thinking about it? Is it keeping in contact? Something that I was saying was, like a new year is an amazing time and an amazing opportunity to kind of refresh yourself. But aside from that, what are some things you use to get people to take action?
That's a good question. So I use a multitude of different things, right? I usually pitch a solution that's time-based. Hey, January is a perfect time where people are doing this, that, and the other. We should definitely create this content to go after that audience. That's one way to do it. If we do it in February, it's too late. We got to come back to the drawing board. Mm-hmm. Number 2 is, yes, I put an expiration date on my proposal, and pricing change. Things change, especially with what's going on in today's world. There's no telling. If we got shutdowns, that's 2. Number 3, and this is something that a lot of businesses use, is strictly supply and demand, right? You go to a club, they got people standing outside in the line. You get in, you like, this mug ain't even packed. Why they got people standing outside the line? To make it look busy, so that people will want to come to that club. So I am always busy. When I talk to clients, I am always busy. I'm never like, oh, we don't got nothing to do. I'm always like, hey, finishing the shoot, going to another shoot. Love to talk to you. Let's talk. Maybe let's schedule a time where I'm always busy to my clients. I'm available, but I'm always busy. We're good at what we do. We work with a lot of top brands. Those brands understand the value that we bring, and because of this, we're always working with great brands. So if you want to be a part of this, we got to get it. Like we need to do it within the time frame we suggest, or
Okay.
or that we agree on.
I got you.
So you're kind of it's really a supply and demand. It's really an exclusive thing. Like great hairstylists are booked out until July, and you know what I'm saying, June, and they're like that for a reason. Not just because they're busy, but they understand the importance of supply and demand. And sometimes you have to approach your customer and drop that little nugget. Hey, what days were you guys thinking about doing this? Because our January is pretty thick. Our February is super packed. Our March, we're starting to fill up March, and I want to make sure the dates I always present. Whenever I ask you for a date, I always present it back. Like, let me see, because you want to take the power from them saying, "Oh well, we'll get around." You want to take the power away from it by offering a solution that is an expiring solution, having a busy calendar, and making sure that, hey, this pricing is for 30, we can lock this in for 30 days, but if something happened and we go back to lockdown, I got to pay workers more to show up. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just gonna be more expensive.
Yeah.
Let's get this done, and let's shoot as much as we can for the year at one time if possible.
One of the ones that I like to use is one, go to their competitors and then essentially stack them against each other and say, hey, we only have enough space for maybe 1-2 more shoots, and we actually gave the exact same proposal to a similar dentist that's a couple miles away, and build that so that they are essentially like, whoever gets it first, they're the ones that are going to capitalize in the market.
Yeah.
A lot of businesses want to be first to the market, and if they can outcompete their competitors, that tends to get them to sign right away.
Even if they're not first, they may want to be better.
Yeah.
Make that double it.
Yeah, and some of them will pay more money so that they can have that spot or get that stuff done. And that's one of the best things that we use is like, find a few competitors and stack them against each other. Because if you're going after all dentists, then it's really easy. You have all the same kind of proposal, and let them know, like, it is first come, first serve. Like, if they pick it up, unfortunately, we're going to have to push it out maybe a month, 2 months before we can do it.
Definitely. Something that you want to think about, like in your daily job, in your business, if you work in a company, contests are used to create competition that makes people work harder, right? If I pit you two against each other, you'll work much harder trying to beat each other than you would if there was no competition. So things like gamification and competition in the workplace and sweepstakes and whoever gets the most sales this month gonna get an extra day off. Those things increase sales. And not to go super historic or like history on you, but when you look at things like Jim Crow laws, or like back in the day where we go to the slavery route, they would pit people against each other, light skin versus dark skin, or this hair versus that hair. Or even today, you're always competing against each other, and like you subconsciously you compete against people and don't know why, because it's been instilled in you throughout the years to be competitive, no matter what color you are. But you've been pushed to compete against your person or against another person, because the winner is the boss. Because if y'all all just did whatever, y'all would bring in 5s and 6s. But if I make it a competition and say it's nothing for me to say we're going to give away a free PlayStation 5 and that's $500 to get you guys to work harder. You guys been brought in 50% more business to win a $500 PlayStation. So it's a great investment. And that's just a mentality of the boss, the guy in charge, because he understands he can get more productivity when there is something to win or there's competition. So even when you work with your clients, I always mention the competitor. I always mention, hey, we did this for John. Look at what they did, and they're doing this, that, and the other. It's really helped them. Do you guys need help in that area? to hear them, like to see them sometime. Like, oh, really? Let me see that. They're doing that. Yep. You know, and what we want to do. We want to do more than what they did. Okay, well, their video was 4,500. That's no problem. We can work you out something. They don't care. Like once they see what the competitor's doing, they will jump off a bridge to beat the competitor. And the more high end your client is, the more competitive they are. Because successful people are very competitive people. Like Michael Jordan is very competitive. People clown LeBron and they say he don't got the dog in him, or he's not as competitive. But you know, the Kobe Bryants, those guys are just competitive. They just want to win. And anybody who is a business owner that has a successful business, they're competitive by nature. So use that to win. Use that to win. And I always mention that. That's why it's important when I say beta testing, that's why it's important to beta test the biggest beta tester you can get, because all the little guys want to be like him. They want to beat him. They want to dethrone him. And if you're like, oh, we work with him, we do videos every week. You're saying you don't need any videos? Okay. Well, here's my card. Call me if you know what I'm saying. I'm notorious for hitting them with that. Like, oh, none? So you're posting on social media once a month. Oh, okay. Well, you know, I'm working with Sure Smile down the street. We're doing 2 videos a week. They're bringing in 20 new clients a week on those videos. Their seats and look empty, but they're full. You're good. Okay. Well, hey, if you want to, you know, when you're ready to take it to the next level, like Sure Smile, I would love to put something together to help you guys. I mean, not in the, you know, I'm joking now, but not in a way where it's like, but you want to throw punch them a little bit, like, oh, seat over there. Okay.
No, we can see you doing that, Ty. We can see you saying it just like
hey,
that.
you know, if it's like my 3rd time coming in, I will hit them like that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you gotta sometimes you gotta bring them back down to reality. Like, I see an empty chair, bro. We're doing this for them. They don't have empty chairs. So, okay. Sometimes you're dating and you meet a girl and she's like, oh, I don't know. You like, you don't got a boyfriend. That last guy treated you bad. I'm here to love you. Like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? So, somebody said, who got a pet chicken over there? That's actually, I think that's Bay. He's out on the islands where animals are roaming free. And
I'm out in the country, man. I'm out in the country, man. That's where you get chickens, man.
He's in those are roosters, letting them know that the beautiful, warm sunset, the sun is above the sparkling ocean.
Yo, that is hilarious, man. That is hilarious, man.
He's letting roosters are telling you that you're in the wrong place right now. You're somewhere cold, and he's in a beautiful tropical island right now.
Yo, in about 2 hours, you're gonna hear coquis, those little frogs, all over the place, man. It's crazy out here, man.
Here we are with Rats and Roaches, and he out there with here we are swatting nets, and they out there, you know what I'm saying, looking at the ocean right now. So you know, it's all good. Let that motivate you. Let's take a moment to show us your front-facing camera again. Let's take a moment to let this motivate you to close on more sales and get more beta clients and sell.
How warm is it, man?
With the poll.
More services today. Look at that flag. Look at was that the Puerto Rican flag? Look at the Puerto Rican flag blowing beautifully in the wind. Bay has on some beautiful tropical attire. He's relaxing in shorts right now. Look at your life and look at his life. This is what happens when you sell a whole lot of great. So you know,
Ty just loves talking, man. Don't listen to him, man.
Ty loves talking, man. That should motivate you to want to get out and make 2021 a good year for you, so you can sit and have a beer with Bay on the beach one day.
I like the way he laughed it all off, but he never denied any of it. He didn't
deny none of it.
But he never denied any of it. Flag flapping in the wind, swimming pool right there.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
People are like, I hear chickens, and yeah, it's wonderful. It's wild animals you hear. It's just free roaming roosters is what you hear.
Yo, that's what you call free range chickens, man. Free range. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
Living a life over there. Here I am with a sweatshirt, drinking coffee to stay warm. But one day. I ain't mad at you, bro.
Yeah, only a couple more days, man. Then I'll be back.
I seen great shots on Instagram. A lot of great images on Instagram, man.
Yeah. They're killing me on Instagram, man.
You're doing good though. You're killing it. If you don't follow Bay, follow Bay. He got some great images out there because he travel. We take a whole trunk of camera gear and everything. He's just I gotta get. He just had everything, just soft boxes and everything. Just a trunk, not a backpack, but a trunk full of gear on vacation.
Hey, listen, I went live with my drone on Facebook the other day, man. I figured out how to do that, and I had the drone up in the air live on Facebook. I couldn't believe it, man.
Just beautiful. Just people at home, just COVID and on lockdown.
Yo,
mad.
Yo, out here too, man. It's everywhere, you know.
COVID. Go ahead, Rodney.
It's bird flu. We call it bird flu.
Go ahead, Rodney.
Hey, so you mentioned Instagram, and something the missus and I have come across. It's probably been a couple of months now. Been trying to get it fixed. Is for some reason we got our account disabled, and they said it was because of a terms of service violation. And straight up, all I simply did when I got out of the hospital, I did 2 little 3-minute videos. I posted them on Facebook, if I remember correctly, and I posted them on Instagram. And nothing. I mean, no nudity, no vulgarity, no nothing. Just like, hey, look, just want to, send a shout out, blah, blah, blah. Here's what happened to me, yada, yada, yada. Shout out to everybody in the hospital. Here's some names. Thank you guys. Boom. And then after that second one hit, probably within a few days, I couldn't get on. And next thing you know, it's been terminated. So I've tried to go through their process per se, because they say it's like usually like a bot situation. And I've done the situation with the number, hold up the code, send in my picture and all this stuff, and have gotten no response. And I'm trying to figure out, the last thing I've heard is that because it was Stephen tied to our Facebook account, is to create an ad on your Facebook account, and then that will get you connected through live support on Facebook, and then they can actually more than likely get your account reinstated. But I don't know what the validity of that is, or if there's any other way, or why they would have even shut it down in the first place.
Let me ask you a really important question. How many followers do you have?
Not a lot.
You ever thought about just creating a new one? Like, peace.
We had that with our name, though. It was like our name was attached and everything. Like, I mean, we had a couple of hundred.
Because I know people who've had situation with Instagram that have been waiting months to get it fixed. Months to get it fixed. So I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying that, it may not be worth it. Depending on, like I said, if it's the name, then yeah, maybe. But they're just not, they're so backed up right now, they're just not really quick to fix things, especially things like that. If you don't have a ton of like followers, they're just like dragging their feet. If you're not a high profile celebrity right now, they're just dragging their feet. So that's what makes it hard, and it kind of sucks because you're at the mercy of them.
Right.
It kind of sucks because you're just waiting. If you're not a celebrity that can make noise other places, they're kind of like, we'll get to you.
Thank you for that. And I will just give a little tidbits. I know Josh was talking about some challenges he was having before as well. This can be meant figuratively and literally. Figuratively in the sense as far as getting out there, putting in the work, marketing, branding, and all that. And then in the literal sense, literally open up your mouth to talking to people. Closed mouths don't get fed.
Yeah.
Closed mouths don't get fed. We actually went somewhere yesterday. So the missus, I'm in the big boy club too, dude. So I love to eat. That's not don't lie about that. All right. So big boy represent. So they've got a new spot that's opened up here in town. And I didn't realize that until I said something to somebody, because this showed us like a food court in downtown Central. Tim, you might know where it's at, 505 Central? Okay. So a lot of good food in there. We went in and we hit up a couple of different spots, got some samples, bought some food. And then on the way out, I didn't realize the lady that had checked us in was actually one of the supervisors, like one of the managing folks. And so we were just getting to talk. I was like, hey, just out of curiosity, you know, who does like your marketing stuff, blah, 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 blah. Because I just asked her about, you know, creating content. I said, yeah, so we've got a content creation media production company. Talk to the CEO. So she ended up giving me like her name and then two others, like the general manager, and then the I think the CEO or whoever. And I never would have even been able to have the opportunity for her to say, do you have a card, if we hadn't said anything. And so the hope, and Tim, and I mean this with all due respect, if you're already working it or know somebody working it, let me know. If you, okay, all right, cool. I don't
I'm about to go working now, though. You're like, I'm on it now.
Well, no, Tim, look, Tim's got game. That's all I'm going to say on that. And I give Tim respect. So what, you know, we're looking at doing is, you know, doing like a contractual situation where we can set them up like on, you know, a monthly plan or whatever, and do exactly what you're talking about. Like, look, you know, how many folks are coming in? What can we do to bring people in here, whether it's via delivery through Grubhub or Uber Eats, or get folks to come down here, you know, on takeout or whatever. Show them how you are, you know, practicing COVID protocols and keeping the food safe, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And just, if this hadn't opened up, nothing would have happened. So just get out there, folks, and just step your game up. Ask folks, open your mouth, because you never know. Because they literally just said, we just opened up in November, and we are looking at getting a lot of marketing stuff done. Something along those lines.
Yep.
Have them go through the challenge that I sent you.
Oh crap! So yeah, because there's about, gosh, I don't know, like close to 10 restaurants in there.
Yeah.
Okay, we can do that. We can do that. And so we talked to a couple of the owners in there, so we can do that.
Yeah, well, I said I sent you the stuff for it. If you
I got the link.
let me know.
Anytime you're sitting somewhere, look at their social media. Any place that you like, a mom and pop shop that you like, and you're sitting there eating and you're getting food, look up their social media. Look at their social media. Look at their website. You know, definitely. Go ahead, Austin.
Yo, I had a quick question. Just thinking about what I had said earlier. You said go after those top dogs, you know, in your niche. I don't know. It might be kind of a stupid question, but how do you guys determine what that top dog is? Like, do you just think of like the first billboard you saw recently for someone in your niche, or do you guys have like, you just Google it? Do you go to Facebook? I'm just curious. It's a pretty little detail, but like, if you guys were going to find the top dog of the niche you're going to, what would be your first go to?
I know for me, and I can't speak for everybody, but for me, I'm usually looking at who gets my attention when I'm not, like what companies pop out at you when you're not looking for them, right? Like Coca-Cola pops out at me even if I don't have the taste for Coca-Cola. Like Roto-Rooter, I can think of off the top of my head. Everybody knows the J.G. Wentworth song. Like there's companies that they're just in your head. Like you don't even understand why they're in your head. But depending on what your niche is, even if you talk to people, and I'll ask random people, like what company comes to mind when you think about dentists in this area? And I would just listen to what people are saying if you don't have something that pops into your head. Like in my area, there's just one company, I can't think of the name of them. They're popping up like something dentistry. They got all these radio ads, and they're popping up new dentist places like crazy in Texas. I can't think of the name of them, but they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Like those are usually companies that are spending a lot on marketing. I'm gonna be honest with you. Those are the ones I want to go after, because those are the ones that are like envied the most.
Yeah, and they obviously see the importance of it.
Yeah, well, one of the other things that you can do is if you go to Google, just type in whatever, right, dentist, the ones that are paying for ads, those are your best bet because they have ad budgets. right?
Yep.
They're already spending money on ads. You can do the same with Yelp, any of those. Anyone that you see like on Yelp that has video content, they are paying to be able to put that on Yelp. So they're the ones that are paying for it. And it's easier to sell somebody on advertising that's already paying for it, or video content, or any of that stuff.
Where do you guys look? Post in the comments where you guys look for businesses when you're a customer, right? Where are you looking for business when you're a customer, not as a seeking to do business with someone, but if you have a flat tire or you need to replace a rim or a wheel on your car, like where are you looking? Post that in the comments. Because some places, some people have certain places that come to mind, that's different. I used to go, like, Craigslist used to be a big place to find used stuff, and just Facebook Marketplace have just taken over. Bay, you said Expedia, Bay? You said Travelocity? So it's just something to think about. It's just something to think about depending on where you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great one. She says her daughter. Let's see. A lot of people don't think about working in youth sports, because they feel like it's not a lot of money, but it is a lot of money when you divide it up by all the parents. If you can get in with the league and put a simple 3-camera setup and have it a part of the like dues and stuff, you'd make a killing, depending on where you are and how serious they take sports. So it's something to think about. Something to think about. It's definitely a lot of money there. It's just you have to find a way to go after the team, and not just one person. You don't want to live stream it for one mom. You want to live stream it for the whole team. The team's willing to spend $500, $600, $800, $800 a game, and you're out there doing 3 games. It may be worth your time. So, something to think about. Google Yellow Pages. People still use Yellow Pages? I ain't used Yellow Pages in a minute. So it's definitely something to think about. But right now is you got to think about business differently, people. You got to just make sure that you're not looking at this situation as a negative situation, because it's not. It's just, I told you, millionaires are made during economic down. Like a lot of millionaires came out of the Great Depression. Please do the research on that, because there's a lot of millionaires that were born out of the Depression, and they were just smart and tactical, and they understood the opportunity that lied ahead of them, instead of kind of falling into the mindset of we're doomed. Sometimes you may have to not eat to buy a bunch of blankets to resell. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you got to think about ways to be profitable. Walk in or LinkedIn, Facebook to get better beta clients. Walk in always. Beta clients 100% walk in. I do not use marketing to get beta clients. Never. I'm always, because it doesn't feel like a unique opportunity for that business owner. It feel like a bulletin board. When you do a beta client, my goal is to build a relationship with you. I need information. I need very detailed information from you to grow my business, to help you grow your business. And I don't want you to see something on Craigslist and sign up. It just don't feel right. You're not comfortable with it. I rather approach you and walk in, and you see my business name, you see we got business cards, you see that I'm serious about it. Marketing to general customers and clients work that way, but I'm always walking in, yep, with a Starbucks card. Yep. You had a question, bro?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. So it was a question regarding, because I asked you a question, I think it was the last live, and about the production and media, because I'm in the process of just creating a new name. And I remember last time you told me that it all depends on your niche and your target audience and who you're gonna work with. Yep. But wouldn't you want to have the name set in stone before you approach that target audience that you want to work with? So then again, how would you be able to determine if you want to be a production company or a media company before bringing yourself as a complete brand and name, and everything else to your beta client?
So there's a few ways I would go at that. All right. So I'm gonna give you both ways depending on where you may be in the process. The first way is if I have not picked a name and I'm currently working off Ty Turner Productions, which I tell you never do. Let's say you went out and you started, I went out and I started Ty Turner Productions, but then I learned, hey, that's not the route to go. I need to create a name that suits my niche. If I'm approaching a beta tester, I'm approaching them with that information. Hey, I'm currently Ty Turner Productions. We're looking to work with dentists. So we're going through a transformation and I need your help to create content so I can help with this transformation because we only want to work with dentists. So I'm being really honest with them up front. And what's great is I get to bounce names off that beta client to say, which one of these would you work with without a doubt? Like if you had to choose between these four, which one pops out to you? Oh, well, dental video media pops out to me the most over sporadic content productions or whatever, or super camera guys. They'll help you determine what the right name should be because they're your target audience. So that's how I would approach them if I'm in the naming stage of my business. This is what we're currently doing. Because really, you want to make sure that you're not approaching them with, we're going to do this for you, we're going to do that for you, we're going to do this for you. And more of, hey, I really need your help. Like, I need your help. In exchange for your help, I'm giving you content. But I need your help to build my brand. And in getting that help, I'm gonna give you content that will cost thousands for your website, and that's what you get. And a lot of times we go in with the I'm gonna do something for you, or here I'm giving you something, and we feel salesy. Clients are like, but if you talk to an owner, a man-to-man business owner, and I'm starting this company, I really want to help people like you that are in your situation, but I don't know where to start. And a friend will be so valuable, somebody that I can really talk to and bounce these ideas off of. In exchange for your help and just helping me figure this out, I'm gonna create content for your company, your website, your social media. And I'll exchange what I do well for insight and your expertise. That is the importance of a beta client. Don't approach them just giving them something. Don't approach them just to get stuff for your portfolio. That is not the most valuable thing to get in that exchange. The most valuable thing to get in that exchange is the information, the insight to being a business owner, or to insight from that business owner on what works and what don't. Because what's going to blow your mind, I promise you, one of the most harsh throat punches I ever survived was going to my target audience, my niche, with all these great ideas I had for videos. And they was like, dude, we really don't need none of that. That's cool and all, but we don't need that. This is what we need. And I'm like, wait, what? But this is no, we don't need none. I wouldn't spend money on none of that. And I was just dumbfounded. I was blown away because I had such great ideas. And to find out that all this stuff that I put all this time and effort into is worthless to them. But this simple things, they were like, I'll pay $10,000 for this video. And I'm like, that's so simple. That's nothing. Like, how did I overthink this? To hear them tell me that was way more valuable than anything I could have ever got. And taking that and then going to different people in that niche and then selling them like, yo, oh man, this was one of the most valuable lessons I ever learned from my beta client. That's why it's so important to have somebody who can just be real with you and be like, you know what? I'm not feeling that. Like, I wouldn't, like, that's not valuable to me. Because you, in your head, because you're assuming what they go through and what life is like for them and what business is like for them, you may overthink it and have this huge big product. Like, yeah, I'm gonna shoot this. We're gonna have videos for that. We're gonna have pictures for this and headshots. And they like, I really don't care about that.
Yeah.
I just want a video. I just want a drone shot of my building so people can know that I'm right next to the McDonald's, because people are getting lost because they're going too far down to the other McDonald's. And I'm losing people, or my associates are on the phone too much giving directions where they should be back helping me pull teeth. Like stuff like that, you can't figure that out on your own. So to get that information is valuable. So when it comes to name, that's how I will approach them and give them that information, because they don't care if you're a production company or media. They can care less. Media may be better because it's less to type on the URL. Little stuff like that is little things that you like. I didn't think about that. I don't want to have to spell the word production every time I go to your website. You know what I'm saying? Like okay. You know what I'm saying? So that's why beta developing that friendship with your beta client is so important.
So,
like, you know.
so would you? So essentially, would you build your process, or would you start your process, you know, after you just meet your beta client, because you don't want to, pick the wrong name and go through build a website for it and then get a domain for it and then go to your beta client and then be like, and have them tell you like, hey, this name is not going to work out. You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly. I would remain like clay until I get to 3 solid beta clients, and that's kind of, and like that was like, I'm gonna be honest, with the master course, the hardest part was figuring out what go where. Like in my mind, I knew what I wanted to teach you, but understanding why I should put this here before here is big, because the idea of a beta client is 100% my idea. Like I didn't get that from nowhere. I just developed relationships with clients that I work with so much that told me stuff that helped me go further. And I'm like, you know what? Before I go into another industry, like I went into photo booth or whatever, I'm just gonna work with people for free and just hear what they got to say before I put my 2 cents in. And doing that helped me grow the photo booth side just quick. Like, gosh, I wish I would have knew this when I got started. Because I would have listened to people instead of going in with what I think they want. Like, oh, this is what you need. No, I would learn from people and find out what works so I can create it. And then when I get, because sometimes beta clients would give me ideas that weren't good ideas. It wasn't always gravy. It was sometimes we'd try something like, so now I know when the next one give me that idea, I can say, you know what? We tried this over at such and such. These were the results. This is what I suggest. So it was either a learning experience or something that boosted business. Either way, it worked. So you want to remain as flexible and as putty and clay as possible. And that's why the first things you need to do, once you decide on this is the niche I want, is to find beta clients. Because also you may get there and be like, yo, this is not for me. I don't want to work around. I want to work with butchers, but I don't want to work around slaughtered pigs and blood all day. Like I don't want my cameras in those conditions. I don't want to be sliding on the butcher floor all day. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to live like, you know what I'm saying? I've been in that situation where I'm like, this ain't, this was a good idea, but I don't want to be outside all day. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be freezing all day. So those are things that you have to experience to realize I love this, or this is what I want to do, or you know what I'm saying? Because if not, you're gonna invest in names, colors, shirts, van wrapped, and you get here and you like, this sucks. I do not want to be chasing people around, doing 12-hour days, running around with my camera, hurting, back hurting all day. Yeah, you see, I said that about funerals. You make funerals make you feel like that's a money maker. We can film, and then you get there and you're like, I don't want to be around this energy all day. This ain't for me. So remain clay, remain putty, remain flexible, until you get there. Until you get 3 beta testers, because 1 is not enough. I say get at least 3.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, just because. Sorry.
What'd you say? No, you good. Go ahead, go for it.
No, I was just saying, just because, like, based off the course, I was already ready to just have a name and pick a name and do all this stuff. But then I thought to myself, like, like I had questions to myself that I was like, I don't even know if I should move forward because I don't know the answer to this question. Like I don't know if it's gonna be the right move or if it's gonna be the wrong move. So I was like, that's why I was so like stand by and just like hesitant to do some things because I was just, if I guess you would say. So I
and that's understandable. And I want y'all to realize that these are things that I learned the hard way. I didn't figure it out the first time. I want to say 45% of what I'm teaching you is stuff I wish I would have learned. That I was like, gosh, if I can go back and redo it, I'll redo it like this, based off the situation that I've been in, based off, like I said, if you're taking a course, you know what I went through with the logo and the cease and desist letters and just not knowing, like, well, dang, you know what I went through with the FAA and just using drones without the right license. You know what I went through. And so me saying, hey, make sure you get this taken care of before you get here because you don't want this to happen. And this is what happened to me. And it cost me this amount. And I had to redo this. Like, you don't want them problems. So to prevent that, do this first, then do this, do this. Josh had a question about after having an established name, should I open a new name under the LLC or as a DBA? So if you currently have a LLC, you can always create a DBA for that LLC. So that'll be your holding company or your parent company, and then you can have a DBA. If you don't want to go through, if you're in an area where a LLC is $600, yes. If you're in an area where LLC is $60, just go get another LLC. Keep it, because there are some states where it's just cheap. I think like Delaware or like Upper East Coast is just dirt cheap to get, or like Arizona or something. LLCs are just dirt cheap to get. I'd have 20 of them. But yeah, that's what's going on, Fun Film. Welcome to the party. So that is you want to be as flexible as possible as you're moving into business. And a lot of people to feel like they're an entrepreneur, to feel like I'm in business, to feel like I'm doing something, to feel like this is worth it, they run out and they do a bunch of stuff that they heard is the right thing. And then, as they research, they're like, oh, I got to change all of this. They run out and get a name, they run out and get a logo, they run out and get a website, and then they realize like, none of this is going to work now that I understand the path that I should be on. Like, none of this works for me. So that, that's just a learning pain of business. Like, my job is to try to teach you that before you go and spend money in stuff that won't help you be successful. Just like I tell people, before you buy a camera, know what type of photographer you want to be. If you want to be a food photographer, you shouldn't be buying a camera that's designed for sport photography. Like, that's why I don't like the question of what camera should I buy. I have no idea. I don't know what you're doing. It's like me saying, what knife should I buy? I don't know what you're cutting. You could be cutting watermelons. You could be cutting oxtails. You could be cutting ribs. I don't know what you're cutting. I don't know what type of food you plan on preparing. So I can't tell you what's a good knife. All knives are sharp. All cameras will take pictures. I can't answer that question until you do more research. And after you do research, you won't ask that question because you've done enough research to understand what you need. A good chef is not asking about what stove or what knife they need because they understand enough about it to make that decision on themselves. They can research knives and determine what's good for them. Somebody that's asking what's a good knife, I'm not going to say avoid them people. I used to just dismiss them, but I try to educate them on the fact that they need more education before they spend their money, or they're going to spend triple the money jumping from camera to camera to camera because they haven't fully understood the purpose of that camera yet, or where they plan on using that camera. If you're going to be in the rainforest, you're going to need a camera that's weather sealed. I can't tell you to go get, something that's not weather sealed if you're going to be in a wet environment. But I need to know those things. You need to know those things. So good looking out, babe. Happy New Year to you as well, bro. Any last questions? I'm gonna get ready to wrap because we've been on for a good 3.5 hours today. I missed y'all, so we kept it a little long today.
We miss you too, Ty.
don't get to talk this stuff with everybody. My friends be tired. They want to talk about LeBron James and stuff. I just want to talk about business.
I'm with you, man.
Those who jumped on live today that's still here and haven't jumped on, I really appreciate it. If you're listening on the podcast, make sure you rate us. If you're listening on Apple iTunes, we really appreciate it. I think we're up to about 20,000 listens, 20,000 streams via podcast. That's super dope. Fun film. Yep. I've been on for 3.5 hours. Make sure if you missed it, make sure you're on, you're following us and you got the chat going. I mean, you got the text going. I promise you I won't blast you with a bunch of marketing crap. I won't call you about to let you know that your warranty on your car needs to be updated. None of that. Any future trend predictions. I like that. I will end on there. We'll end on there real quick. More live streaming. More live streaming. Live streaming will be huge. Next live stream will be January. Is it 5th? Yes, that'll be the next one. I think that live streaming will become more of the norm. Even if you listen to stuff like the new Clubhouse app, it's just a live streaming podcast. I'm not crazy about that app. If you listen to the last live stream, you'll know why. I think it's nice. Supply and demand is why it's really, really popular, but I'd rather have a podcast. I see the benefit of it. I think that it's big because it's exclusive right now. But I do see the benefit of it. I think that, let me touch on this. And it kind of in the future, listen, remember I said everything's coming to iPads and iPhones very shortly, right? Things shrink. If you've watched any football games, you know, and you've read and you've been big in cameras, you know that they have been using these A7S3s, these FS6s, and these A7R3s in the end zone for the dopest shallow depth of field steady cam shots you've ever seen in your life. And it's to the point where even the guys who are commentating are like, yo, what is up with that shot? If you don't think that smaller cameras are going to start to take over, you gotta be crazy. That because they're on like a Xenon Crane 2. Like they got like the first one was the A7S3 on the Xenon Crane 2 in the end zone, getting shallow depth of field shots that are just blowing people away. There's no loss in quality when they jump from the big camera to that camera. In fact, the quality looks better. So if you think you can't take over the world with your mirrorless or your DSLR camera, if you think you need to go out and get the biggest and baddest or spend $8,000 on a camera, you are crazy because you don't need to. If you look at any of the NFL games, any of the Sunday night games, Monday night games, I think it was Cowboys and Philly last week. Because my team got blew out, of course. Still Lions fan, whatever. If you look at any of them shots when they was in the end zone, that one guy, he had an FS6, full frame. They worked the hell out of that dude. He was getting every shot. And there's an article that a lot of company F-stoppers, they're all posting because it's crazy. But it's going to be all about the smaller cameras. They're coming. They're not coming. They're here. They're just getting respect on TV. We're starting to do a lot of streaming with news stations on iPhones. All that stuff you're watching on ESPN, them guys got iPhones at their houses. They're not setting up they got an iPhone and a ring light, and they're going on ESPN every day with it. So it's not about the camera no more. It's not about the camera. It's about your ability to create. It's about live streaming. And it's about solutions, right? So make sure that your job, your goal in 2021 is all about solutions. Let me make sure I put our sponsor back up here because I get messages. What's the code? People ask for the code and then nobody uses the code, but they ask for the code. It's kind of like if you ever sold something on Facebook and people are like, is it available? And you like, yeah. And nobody ever they just ask you, is it available? Is it available? You're like, yeah. And that's it. So with that being said, I'm a wrap. Thank you guys who stayed on. My crew right here at the bottom. Let me get them some let me get this graphic out. Some big screen love. Let me take this one off. Much love to you. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. If you didn't, even if you showed up for a minute, much love. If you showed up in the chat, much love. Fun Film, you missed about 3 relationship analogies today. Just want to put that out there. You missed about 3 of them. I try to keep a 3 relationship analogy, minimum. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you too, Donald. Appreciate you. Everybody else, man, be safe. Enjoy your New Year's. Turn up. Don't drink and drive. Wear your mask. Protect yourself. Whatever it is you do. Have a great New Year's, and I will see you guys January 2021. Hey, we bringing it, man. I'm dedicating more time, effort, and money towards Flash Film Academy. So we're gonna have a great 2021, a great information filled 2021, right? Because I wanna continue to help people blow up and do their thing. I love it. That is my purpose in life. To help people in their journey to be great content creators. And nothing makes me feel better than seeing people become successful off any energy that I put out. Like, that is my high. And I love to see you guys win, even if you use just the smallest of things and come back and be like, yo, I did it. And it's crazy. I live for that. Like a lot of people post stuff in the Facebook group. You have no idea how much I screen copy and I save and I keep for days where I'm tired and I don't want to go live and I don't, you know what I'm saying? And I go back and I look through them and I read that and I'm like, I got to give them what they need today. So trust me, I'm watching, I'm looking, and you are appreciated. All right. So until next time, I will see you guys, and you guys definitely be safe. Have a safe and happy New Year.
You the same. We love and appreciate you too, Ty.
Appreciate you, Ty.
Have a drink for me or whatever you do. Do one for me.
All right.
Thanks, buddy.
I'll see y'all next week.
Blessed.
Next week. I'll see y'all later.